Hi writers and readers, I'm Christy Stratus, and today I wanted to ask your opinion about something. And I'm going to tell you mine, but I'm really looking to hear yours. This is something I had not really thought about in the past. So I just finished reading this book called A Cup of Tea. It's very small, it's very short. It is traditionally published. It's by Amy Ephron. And what it's about is actually beside the point. So I'm going to link the book down below in case you want to look at a synopsis. But the point is that I read this book, I flew through it because it's very short, the sections are short, it's very bare bones in a very good way that just everything keeps moving. There isn't too much detail, it just keeps going and going, and we really get to the point fast in every scene, which I really like a lot. And I went to give it 4 stars because there is, at the end it was really underdeveloped, and I saw it coming a mile away, and there were some flaws there in my opinion. So I went to give it 4 stars on Goodreads, and I noticed when I went to do that the book only had 3.3 stars, and that really surprised me because I thought it was very well done personally. So I went to look at what people didn't like, and one thing that I noticed consistently was people had extreme opinions about the characters. So they either said the characters were really well developed and they loved the characters, or they said the characters weren't developed at all and they hated them. They were like cardboard cutout, that kind of stuff. And I was really surprised to see such opposite views on characters, or it's more about whether you like them or not. It's just not that extreme. So it really surprised me personally. I didn't find a problem with the character development, but I figured out what was going on, and this is what I want your opinion on. I noticed that in this book, the character development relies heavily on using character stereotypes as the backbone of the character. So you start out with the character stereotype, and then anything, that's the base, anything more adds on top of it. And so for me, that worked out fine. You've got, for example, a wealthy woman who, doesn't show as many feelings. She's sort of self-concerned, on the more selfish side, even when she performs some kind of charitable work. It's so that she can talk about it or she can fit into her level of society. Things like that. She's not even really that warm with her fiance. Along those lines. And so then you've got this poor woman who's very warm, and it's the opposites. It's a typical type of thing. It's a stereotype. So what this author does is takes the stereotype, plops it down in front of you, and anything else that she says on top of that is, I think, supposed to build on top of it. Well, other readers didn't think that that was really enough. That's what I think happened. I think that they saw a character stereotype and said, yeah, and where's the rest of it? So they were sort of seeing it as like, here's the bones, where's the meat? And I'm seeing it as, I have the basic meat and everything else you're giving me is extra. That's a huge difference on how you view a character and how you view character development too. So what do you guys think? Is building a character or characters based on a character stereotype, personality stereotype, anything like that, enough? Or do you need a lot of unique characteristics, a lot of building out, and even explaining more in depth, more about the character stereotype itself, really getting into it? Or are you okay with just the stereotype and then building on top of it? Would you get that in a story, or would you also think it's pretty bare bones? For me, it was okay with this book. But if I was to give you advice, if somebody said to me, well, what about a character stereotype and then you just build stuff on top of it, I'd probably say that that was not the best way to go. Just based on, not reading an actual story like that, but just trying to give you advice, I would probably say the more unique your characters are, the better. And the more you build them from the ground up, the better they are. And I still think that, obviously with this book, for me it worked, but of course, the characters are not the most unique characters ever made. They have little bits of uniqueness. I would love to hear your opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you've read this book, but regardless of whether you have or not, let me know what you think about that kind of character building and whether it is or isn't acceptable, whether you have or haven't done it. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say, and thanks for spending time with me.